My name is George Schmansky, and I'm a financial planner.
Nice. How many years have you been doing this?
I've been fortunate that this is my 30th year.
What does wealth mean to you?
I think it's more than money. I think it's happiness and the freedom to do what you want, because being a wealth manager, I've met people with financial success but not much joy in their lives. And I've met people that don't have financial success but have joy in their lives. So I think true wealth is a balance of both. I think you need to have happiness with friends and family, but I also think you need to have financial wealth, because you can't travel, you can't own nice things without it. But if you don't have joy in your life and you don't have a family, then what's good is the money? So I think there needs to be a 50-50 split of both.
Right. So what does success mean to you on the other hand?
I think success means to me having the freedom to do what you want, when you want, which is why I became my own boss 30 years ago. I worked for someone, and I remember having to ask for a raise, and I knew I wasn't getting it, and I already had my resignation letter ready.
Nice.
Because I knew I wasn't going to get it, and I promised I would never bargain for my value again.
Wow.
So
that was...
now I have the freedom to do what I want when I want, but it's hard being your own boss. You know, when I was younger and it was a nice day, I would take a day off and be like, it's a nice day, I'll go to the beach.
Yeah.
But as you get more serious in your business, you realize that's a no-no. So
Yeah.
I do 6 days a week. But, you know, today...
I take that over working for anybody else any day.
I love working for myself.
Yeah. Over the years, you've built quite a collection with us. How many suits do you have from us?
Well, as we discussed before, this is the first one you guys have done. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that this is my favorite. For many reasons: the way it fits, the color, the fact that it was the first. You did the lions for the lining.
I love that.
Means everything to me.
Yeah.
So I have 6 from you, but after talking with you this morning, there'll probably be a couple more.
Nice.
So
that's good to hear.
I love them.
Yeah. How does wearing a custom suit compare to wearing something off the rack?
So I have suits that are off the rack, and I go high and I go low. I have an H&M suit that has a little bit of stretch in the fabric, and I love it. But I also know that suit is probably a 3 to 5 year suit, and after 3 to 5 years, it has to be retired because the quality of the fabric isn't there. Your suits are 20 to 30 year suits. And, you know, being in the business for 30 years, I just retired some suits that I've worn for over 20 years because they've been high quality. And they haven't been custom suits, but they've been high quality. So high quality fabric, you can't hide it. There's no way of tiptoeing around it. I have off-the-rack suits, and I have a very good tailor that tailors them, but nothing will ever compare to a custom suit. And once you have one, it's an addiction, and it's not going to stop. But you have to realize one thing. When you walk into a meeting, that business is done. With all due respect to the client, the business is done. Because if you know what you're talking about, and you're prepared, and you know what you're offering to your client is the right thing and the best thing for them, you're making a presentation. If you walk in with a golf shirt and wrinkled khakis and loafers, they're going to look at you like you're a novice. They're not going to give you their millions of dollars. If you look if you look like a CEO of a company, and you're dressed like one, and you're confident, and you know what you're talking about, and you're prepared, all it is a crowning jewel to what you're trying to accomplish. But I feel like it goes hand in hand with being prepared.
Yeah. Do you think how you dress affects how people see you and how you show up in conversations?
100%, because a lot of people don't get well dressed anymore, and unfortunately I stand out because I do. And everywhere I show up, I'm known for wearing French cuffs and 3-piece suits. Even when I work on Saturdays, that's how I show up. And people are like, why don't you relax? I'm like, this is my uniform. This is how I show up. I'm a professional. and this is how I do business. And I take your money and business and your life very seriously, so I want to come across that way. If I come across casual, that means I'm casually handling your money. I don't know if you want somebody casually handling your money or insurance or your estate plan.
Yeah. So to wrap things up, what's one piece of advice that you would give to someone that wants to get their set themselves up for long-term success?
I think one of the most important things you should do, no matter what business you're in, is to dress the part. If you're a financial planner, then you should look like a financial planner or a CEO of a company. If you're in a business where you're casual, then you should look the part, but maybe have a uniform. If you're a landscaper, maybe you have your crews wearing a uniform so they look like they all work for the same organization. They don't have to wear suits and ties. That's preposterous because they're working outdoors, they're sweating, they're working in hot weather and different things like that. But I feel like in business, you need to look the part first and then act the part. And this way everything comes together.
That's right. Well, that was a great interview, and I learned a lot from you, honestly.
Yes.
It was just a small gift from us to thank you for your time and for being such
Unnecessary.
a valued client.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.